Hello my friends, this is Davi speaking. Welcome to another one of our videos. Today we are going to take a look at the new hope of Brazil, or why not say of Bostil and the Bostilian, right? Pablo Boçal is running or announcing his candidacy, right? Even though he's ineligible, and I think that's the main point here. But first, right, I'm going to play him speaking. We're going to watch a clip from Headcast here. I leave the link for you to watch the whole thing there. I'm just going to watch the first few minutes, okay? But he gave an interview on Headcast, which might be worth checking out. I'm going to play some clips here. We'll watch them together. Actually, I'm just going to play a small part in full, then you can watch the rest there. But I have a very firm opinion on the subject. I've thought about it a lot, actually. And they don't fool me, right? The system doesn't fool me. Let's watch it together, so no one can say I'm poisoning the audience. First, let's watch it together, okay family? Let's see, was it here that I put it? No, here there's an Opala. I was watching, look. Wow, what an Opala. We who like old cars, right family? Look, let's check it out here.
Hers over there has already been reversed.
It's already been reversed, right? And we talk about that. Why would the issue of the clips be the basis for making someone ineligible? Who decided that?
Man, when it comes to law, they don't.
They are talking about the reason, right, why Boçal became ineligible, which was the clips he made during his run for mayor, right? We even supported him, right? Actually, I have an opinion here that maybe some people won't understand. It's because we supported him for the Sao Paulo candidacy. I even said it was a good opportunity to test Boçal, right? He has a lot of ideas, we know he's a controversial guy, a contradictory guy, but he has good ideas. And I say, look, São Paulo would be the ideal place to test him, right? But unfortunately, people preferred more of the same. There you go, right? Nunes doing the same crap as always. But anyway, so we supported him, and at that time he did some advertising. Actually, it was a branding move. He said, look, make clips from my videos, make as many as you can, and whoever does the best gets more views. I might even give a bonus. And then they saw this as an abuse of economic power, right? In other words, the other candidates couldn't do the same thing. That's how the TSE saw it. So that's to take the guy out of the race. Anyway, let's see now what he says, right? He's explaining this whole situation. So that's what made him ineligible. The fact that he promised this bonus to whoever made those clips, right? And if they did well,
It doesn't hold up. So today it's a bit complicated. If I go into too much detail, I end up getting myself in trouble here and I can't even compete. But it's a bit complicated, isn't it? The law itself, I'm fine with. There's no way to make me ineligible. I turned it around. It was 4-3. We just needed one vote. And then, for some reason, I don't know why, they put 7-0 there. And that's all I can say for now, so I can stay out of trouble in this election, you know? Yes.
So you're running and your name will be on the ballot.
It's already there, man. Let's go. We will fight until the end for the people.
no one knows if
If he wins, he'll take over when the flag goes up, if I don't have a certificate or registration. It's not final and unappealable. There's still an appeal possible. And since I'm confident, I didn't spend 5 years in law school to mess around. I never smoked, never used drugs. I wasn't chasing after anything. I went there to study. I understand the law. I would never do anything to ruin my eligibility. Why is no one from the left ineligible? Tell me, is there anyone from the left who is ineligible?
No, I know because there was a congressman, Glauber, who was about to lose his seat. Actually, he made a deal, got a suspension, and didn't lose his seat. Not even...
Dilma was impeached? Where's Dilma? She's back again. They should have arrested her. Here's the plan. The free conservative guys are the ones causing problems. Let's see what happens, since we're fired up now.
Right. Yeah, I was also going to ask you about the issue that many people talked about regarding your candidacy being with PRTV, yes? You were affiliated with União,
In March, I realized they weren't going to give me what we agreed on, and I wasn't upset. So on April 4th, I joined. The problem is that our president, Leonardo Avalanche, didn't have the password because of another fight, since they try to take down everything we do wherever we go. He got the password back and managed to carry out what we had agreed on in April.
I see. So since April, you've been working behind the scenes for your candidacy, yes? I see. And there's no risk of that being,
There's a risk of the planet exploding. There's a risk that the 675 kilometers per hour rotation will stop and everyone will fly off. There's risk in everything, man. And if it's supposed to last a day, it'll be an hour of serving this country. If it's supposed to last a week, or if it's supposed to last 4 years, I want to serve. So whether it's to serve for an hour or for 4 years, I'm ready. There's no vanity in that, no.
Perfect. Tell us this. Today, what drives you to want to be president?
It's a calling, man. Honestly, it's a calling.
The most important position today of
Politics, the most demanding office. And there are people who aren't even qualified to work at a drive-thru, but they're there. You see, the least educated person in all of South America is governing Brazil, man. He keeps most of Brazil below his education level. He keeps Brazil below his own financial level because he hasn't built anything up to now. If you remove the president's salaries and political earnings, he hasn't built anything. He hasn't built absolutely anything.
But there was that story about the lectures and consulting gigs.
Which lectures from the institute? Where are they? Who attended? And are they on YouTube? I don't know it. Don't go there. Lula's lecture was on YouTube.
Lula's. Where was it?
Don't try that with me, Luis. Don't try that with me. You didn't give a lecture anywhere. Institute, we already know what he does with it. It's a tax issue. Find his lecture on YouTube. I want to watch it. His lecture must be funny, right?
Principle. A little bit of propaganda. Man, just stay quiet here, family. Yeah, now people are talking a lot about his mustache here, right?
Well, let's talk about Brazil above all, since we're talking about politics, right?
Not Brazil above all. God is in command. People are greater than our country. The people. If you put Brazil above all, you just have to define what Brazil is in someone's mind. It's Brazil. This dictatorship that's happening now, if you call that Brazil, then you're going to put that above everyone else. I know it's the slogan. I'm not trying to stir up trouble. But for me, God comes first, and then people come second. Brazil ranks third, and it exists and remains free only if its people are free and think freely. Here's the thing about countries. You know why? Because most countries stopped existing because people were weak. Cowards and fearful people. This is what happens when they are present. It's that subject, that Arab sheikh, I think he's from Abu Dhabi, who said that hard times produce strong men. Strong men produce easy times. Easy times produce weak men. Weak men produce hard times. For me, people come before what we call Brazil, you know. And in the end, for those who have a slightly broader view of eternity, Brazil is just a neighborhood of what we biblically understand as the New Jerusalem.
I see. Brazil would be a neighborhood in the New Jerusalem.
The United States too, or Israel as well? The New Jerusalem isn't from here on earth, it's from above. And it sounds crazy to most people who can only see what's right in front of them and won't understand anything I'm saying.
Well, but talking about politics, if you are elected, who do you plan to govern with? Who do you intend to bring onto your team?
We talk a lot here about two topics that I think are essential in Brazilian politics today, which are public security and also the economy.
Man, Caiado is a good guy to be a minister, as long as his babysitter, who is Kassab, doesn't get involved with him, right? Without PSD. Augusto Curi, if he doesn't win the election, he could be an excellent Minister of Education. There are several names, right, that you're going to consider, but today is my first day, right? If I mention who I've talked to, people will start going after them. But there are many skilled technical people. Brazil has a lot of talent, but everyone is fed up. Yeah, not disrespecting the candidates, but only one will win. I mean, the ones who will win or lose are the people. They'll be the ones sacrificed. Because the guy, I don't know if you noticed, but Bolsonaro aged a lot. Bolsonaro seemed to age 40 years during his 4 years in office. The pressure and the stabbing seriously affected his health, and he's still dealing with it. Actually, it's not the candidate who wins. It's the people who lose or win. Yeah, you have the opportunity to have someone disruptive. I was looking at something, despite all the respect I have for Ronaldo Caiado, that picture from their debate back in '89. Can you put the picture here? so people can see it later.
Look it up. Yeah, the picture of Lula in 89.
That presidential debate, right?
Yeah, in 89, Lula debating with, there for us, Lula debating with Caiado. Now, we're in 2026. What are these two still doing here, man? I'm not against Caiado, no. Caiado, I have access to him. We talk. He's already received me at the palace. I really respect him.
He's a highly rated governor, right?
He's the second best in Goiás history. Just one small detail, that photo.
Both of them.
How can Brazil be the country of the future still dealing with a candidate who ran in 1989, man?
Those guys were already there when I was 2, now I'm 40.
40 years later, the two of them are still arguing about the election, to this day. Check how old Caiado is so you can see. He's almost 80, and Lula is over 80. So aren't there other people who can help? That can't be possible. You take sugarcane pulp, grind the cane, and that's it. This weekend, I did this at my farm with my kids. Caiado is nearly 80, actually 76 years old. In other words, if he gets elected, he'll finish his term at 80. Lula, if he serves out the term, if he gets elected, God forbid, and spare Brazil from that, he'll be 84 by the end of it. Check Lula's age to see if he's already 81 or 80.
I think Lula is actually 80.
If you think there aren't enough people to do what you want,
81, already October 27th.
look, October 27th, on the day of the second round, we can give a gift. I found the birthday present for the man. Look at that. What a time, what a day. It's the second round.
There's no way we're giving him this birthday present.
If it's not on the day, it will be, no?
But the present is already set. The date of the second round of the elections is not possible.
The 25th.
He will get it as a gift. We will be the generation that will give it as a gift to Lula.
Lula. Since it's his fourth term, it would be his fourth gift.
Not this one. It's like this. He lost 3, the first 3. Won these 3. 3, we don't know how. And this last one is the 7th. The 7th one it was. To complete the picture, you'll be the opposite of that. We are going to retire this president. Already consider Lula as a former president.
Hey family, I'll leave the link for you to watch the whole thing, okay? Because honestly, I'm not going to waste any more time with this Boçal, first of all, right? I have nothing against Boçal, let me make that very clear. Man, the chroma keys is terrible, sorry about that, but anyway, I have nothing against Boçal. In fact, I supported him for mayor of São Paulo. But now he comes at this moment, knowing he's ineligible, knowing that the gods of Olympus are out there. This seems like a leftist strategy to block Flavio's return. I don't like Flavio. You all know I can't stand him. If it were up to me, Boçal, Pablo Boçal or Flavio, I'd go with Boçal. But I need to be realistic and I can't be irresponsible. So it's good that you're hearing this from someone who doesn't like Flavio and hates Lula, okay? So let me make that clear. I don't like Flavio, but I understand that both Boçal and Renan themselves. He only comes to cause harm, to take away votes, right? And to increase the chances for the PT, or at least legitimize the result with a possible PT victory. And that's how I see it. How do you see it? Boçal knows he's ineligible. He knows that, right? If he wins, he won't take office. Why is that? Are they letting him on the ballot because they know he'll siphon off votes, whether few or many? 1, 5, 3, being very optimistic. That makes all the difference. Man, it's the same thing with Renan. These guys know they have no chance of winning. But, you know, the important thing is to compete, especially because the funds are very large for those who compete. So, man, that's how I see it, you know? Yeah. The latest poll showed, if I'm not mistaken, a 3-point lead for Lula in the first round and a statistical tie with Flavio Bolsonaro in the second round. So those are mainstream media polls, right? Polls from the system itself, and that's what many people have been saying, even Bolsonaro supporters. And we have to admit, back when Bolsonaro was running, they were always putting Lula ahead, right? In all the scenarios, in this one at least, they are already admitting a technical tie. So my brothers, I myself don't believe in this system that's in place, right? I don't believe in, anyway, you know, the voting machines, the people who operate the machines. I won't legitimize this. I won't even go there. I'd rather pay the fine. But for those who are going, right? They may view this movement as part of the system, especially since his name wasn't even supposed to appear on the ballots. It's because they know that the PT voter, that guy, even Lula, he launched, right, his candidacy. And there were quite a lot of people, but it's being said, at least, right? No, they haven't proven it, but anyway, it's being said that many of those people. And there are people who went and are saying this, that they were given snacks to get them to go, right? They received snacks so they could be there. That's why people joke, right? The PT supporters, salami sandwiches, etc. Because in fact, snacks were given to those people to be there. I don't know if that's really true, but it's being said that it was like that. So my brothers, that's it, right? I think this movement comes from the left itself, right? Like just put those guys there, because whether it's a little or a lot, they pull votes away, right? Votes from Flávio Bolsonaro legitimizing the result with the possible victory of Molusco, right? Again, another 4 years, which I think is what's going to happen, right? I've already said, I don't trust it, that's why I'm not even going to set foot there. Yeah, I would vote for anyone in the family, because people might question me like, hey, Davi, so you'd rather abstain than support Flavio? No, it's because if I trusted the system that's in place, I would still go with Flavio, right? To get Lula out, I'll go with anyone. If you put anything up against Lula, I'll go with anything. But I think I have like firm convictions. Anyway, so I won't legitimize this result. For those who go, they might suffer, they might see, they might understand. Both Renan's candidacy and Boçal zone are a way to siphon off votes. The fake right, my brothers. So the link will be in the description for you to watch the full thing. That's my honest opinion, right? It's not an opinion that goes viral. It's not an opinion that generates engagement. On the contrary, people get upset. But it's what I feel. It's what I think. And time will tell, once again, who's right. May God be with you, hugs, and we're in this together. I'm out.